In the name of Jehovah Allah, most gracious, most merciful. The Method of the Shard-lai-tans, Volume 3, The Lost Book of Ouranos. Device number 1, Nos Bulletin. Knowing is the key to power. Now we know the more we know that knowing is half the battle. But if we show the fullness, though, the weakest bones may rattle. Sticks and stones and fig leaves sown may cover sopping platters, but words amount to bullet counts and make the glass home shatter. Device number 2, Last Dose. A question was posed in the book we last had: a cure or a curse? Does the dose make us mad? And what does dose mean? Is it a hit, superimposed on the English transcript? Is it numerical, in Spanish a 2, like when Moses struck rock and water forth spewed? In that case a curse for the lack of his faith, though the water gave life even to fakes. Mom said the answer is no if you ask, and once is an accident, twice gets us smacked. International incident, headliner splash. The fix is now in, double-decker collapse. To answer the inquiry, repose to the past. It's different for everyone, a dose made to last. Device number 3, The Pied Piper. Billion-ton jackhammer, pin-headed nail, tactical nucleus, rational snail. Teeth of a lioness, feminine hair, sting of a scorpion, ass like a flare. Kicking and screaming, extremities flail, breastplates are leaking, infidel impaled. For death some are seeking, pleading in pain, others blaspheming, naming in vain. Thrill of life fleeting, torment extends, amazing grace shrieking from bagpiping men. Device number 4, Name in Vain. Hypnosis brought on by the wine of the roses, the liver looked into, the stone of cirrhosis. There in the art, eerie deep vein thrombosis, the vesture divided in parts, imparted in part to the raiment with no stitch. The host flips a lot, though the tile is no slip, the walk on the water, a sailor with no ship. Sodium lauryl sulfate sealing the fate of their soul, Ouranos tears at the feel of new gifts, cleansing the lips' teeth and tongue like its coal. Naranja cries softly, tears having no drips. Device number 5, Graceful Lily. You meet a nice lady after your heart's been bruised. A couple years later, you go for a cruise. You ride on the snake from the tongue to the rattle, a Myrtle Beach boardwalk, believer not battle. Abstained from the inkwell, but bathed in the pain, awake to the airplanes, flee from the rain. The depth of the canyons, the height of the flame, the water that falls from the haiku of shame. Are you a crew? Cruel, unusual game. They cornholed the beanbag and bagged up the blame. The brightest of angels, the path to obtain. All hope now lost for the missing great dame. In need of a refill, you drop down and pray. Your faith gets weaker and your hair becomes gray. You wish you could see her, you plead and you beg. You miss her, you need her. Your feet and your legs grow weaker and weaker with every long day. Has anyone seen her? Your memories fade. But then by surprise, when expected the least, a voice in the night, a tug on the sheets, a choice not to cry, emotion on freeze, a directive from Ouranos, write the next piece. Your eyes now wide open to charlatan speech. Ignore them, however, they're not on the lease. The wise ones will browse amongst divine flowers so sweet, and the Ouranos angel he'll surely retrieve. Device number 6, Freedom rings around the Rosie. Sign of Naranja, sign of the cross, sign of an opened wound, pustule pops, kissing the buboes, plaguing the thoughts, missing the cues, the cadaver dick rots. Matter of factual, facts of the case, sleeping in Ouranos, brief and in haste. Making a show of us, Liberty Bell. The crack has been hidden from you, this we can tell. Slice of a candy orange, bees under spell. The bounty not hunted, complex organelle. Device number 7. Tell-a-thon. Love for Muhammad and the angels that guided him. Love for Jesus, Jehovah, and the Holy Spirit provided them. Love for Gentiles, heathen, and swine in their pen. Love for one another, love that never ends. Love for money is the root of all that is evil. Love of honeybees buzzing in the rosiest needles who loved their shit rolled by the funny dung beetles. Love for siblings and children and wives just as well. Love atop the cathedral, ringing high wedding bells. Love for this life, despite many nights in hell. Love laden turtle doves mated in flight and fell. Love created the night and the day spring as well. Love belated makes sick hearts and more sadness swell. Love thou, Ya Naranja? How I would Ouranos tell. Device number 8. Mate check. As you're approaching, you see from afar a savage chopping Apache descend on the car. Window rolled down for his nonchalant arm, your charlatan chauffeur seems unalarmed. Get in already, he says with a charm. You become increasingly drowsy as he drives to the farm. In a dream state, you ask them to turn the light on. Awakened, you find that you're naked and calm, then realize that you're at the home of your mom. Disoriented, you find a window, look out on the lawn. While you check if you've mated, post consent withdrawn, darkness now forms as the Ouranos dawns. Device number 9. Part pain, part party. If you've seen Ouranos from our standpoint, you'd swallow the beer and light up the damn joint. You'd sniff up the line and breathe in the bloom. You'd shatter the stem, naked run through the tomb. You might use the needle if so you choose. You might abstain briefly after lifetime of use. You might turn the music up, play out of tune. With some help from your friends, make yourself a buffoon. You might take your medicine, sugary spoon, the herb of the field and the light of the moon. Brotherly love making lady hearts swoon, sisters seductively leave each other groomed. Though many in Ouranos actually doomed, our side of the gulf is a party blast boom. Device number 10. Not understood. It validates me, I legitimize it. I validate it, it legitimize me. What am I more than a maggot, a worm, a parasite leech like a tick or a flea? An itchy Quran covered in leather, leaded blood by the noblest lover. You let her. For sure maximized by the humblest pleasure, intact in the ark of the covenant's measure. Many a charlatan wanted to get her. Many the wickedest throng tried to pressure. The greatest of lights overtook by the lesser. The gaunt will consume as the Ouranos cress her. Device number 11. Stole off Sappho. I met a girl derived from flowers amidst one of my darkest hours. But, hid from heaven I saw a cloud, cryptic talk as she spoke aloud. Again I looked, but from my cell my anxious heart could feel the hell. The cloud grew thick, bearing her away to underlands beyond that sorrowful day. Device number 12. Jehovic Occurrence. Circuitry serpents who travel through time at the dusk of the day when the sun barely shines. Surrounded by rodents of all different kinds, the rat wants a little cheese along with his wine. The guinea pig lies awake clearing his mind. The mouse enters shrewdly, pretending it's blind. Descending to depths deep in battle with twine. Wind gently gusting, rustling the chime. Siamese snake staff stashed high and sublime, suggesting the sepsis has spread to the spine. Chronology sequence does not fall in line. No, not of the charlatans. This was divine. Device number 13. Surprise. The charlatan tells you he's older than dirt. There's aches in his body joints. All of them hurt. He's weary in spirit and weak in his soul. Dialysis left his mudlines all with holes. His blood may be dirty, but urine is clean. The angel of vengeance arrives on the scene. He begged and he pleaded for death to arrive, but the angel walks past him and says, "Step aside. The company you keep is far worse than mine. The time has now come. He'll pay for his crime." The acquaintance is brutally beat by surprise. Surprisingly easy, stunning demise, but left for more beatings and days to arrive. The charlatan tried to keep peace in his home, but a piece of what's left of his soul is now gone. Device number 14. Specially delivered. A chain has been formed to adjust altitudes. They long for the day of abased attitudes. Detained for a stay, but the charge is untrue. Not a game for to play. It's all wrong. It's just rude. Emancipate. Inoculates while others deliberate. Inoculations for the virus occupy caliphate. Retaliation for adverse reactions, a portion taken off the plate. Results may vary. The very thought of an injection sounds perverse. The scenario is taken to extremes, the tape played in reverse. Ouranos made fast, bagged up and weighed out. The smoldering laughs, the cackles fade down. The smirks all wiped off, the fallen now stand. Delivery method, contingency plan. Device number 15. Empty bag. It was a mistake to do it that way, but the charlatan did and it's done. You shouldn't throw glass at a house made of stone, in spite of the shattering fun. The life that you live, the way that you think, has caused you to be of the shunned. Powder burns on your hand in the likeness of Jesus, call it the son of a gun. If anyone asked you if you're the whole crew, tell them you're a gang of one, fighting through gravity, leaking in cavities, leaving you fluid-filled lungs. A weight on your chest and a lot on your mind, a heavy heart over a ton. When asked for a good deed to pay for his crimes, the charlatan's bag contains none. Device number 16. Intent to deliver. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and not to look for Ouranos and skylines on suspensions. Necessity may indeed be the mother of inventions, memorizing photographs with watertight retention. Accept the rain check every time and grant them their extension, revving up and melting minds with new combustion engines, galloping like noble steeds in polarized dimensions, shouting out and dropping lines. The Ouranos connection. Device number 17. Ouranos Vent. "Get out of my mirror," the charlatan said to the wall. "Go out to the real world. The towers must fall. The win, it will happen. Grace to us all. Pain in the napkin. Race card is drawn. Taste satisfaction. Face down upon. Night in white satin. Sunrise at dawn. Might be a has-been. Has to be on. Go up and ask him. Is the catastrophe gone? Has it already happened? Should we relent? Dialed up, hacked in. Ouranos Vent. Device number 18. The hasty route. He could be reading, it could be rote. He could be bleeding, they slit his throat. An infant teething, nippled choke. Instant feeding, simple hoax. Resist the beating, leaking milk. Chimney sweeping, breathing silt. Respirator filtered filth, overseeing up on stilts. Machining pinball stuck on tilt. Ouranos under your kilt. How soon the fig completely wilts. Cursing saviors, whip is felt. skillfully woven, stylish built. Haters blessed, unknown crowds, depart from me, the hasty route. Device number 19. The extended scourge of chords. Cheering in the night of the righteous indignant, fearing the fight 'cause the tumor's malignant, hearing the hype though the offer's contingent upon you deciding to end your old friendship, staring you down a dark path you can sense it, enduring the heel since the face can't express it. Nearly a year till you're locked up and fenced in, then your tormentors arrive on offensive. The charlatan seeks a defense from these henchmen, but only finds pain at its longest extension. Device number 20. Shrunken beds. Whipping the wipers and piping the plums, chipping the Chrysler building, tipping the bums. Meant for the children, canines for the crumbs, mixing with niter the vinegar foams. Dripping with Ouranos, ghettos and slums, sipping the cider and flipping some homes. Twisting the twine meant to gird you with skill, equipping the wine and installing the thrill. Nasal and sinus passages denied still, serpent-laced pine dreams, macaroni the quill. Pen in the inkwell the devil instilled, the sign at the dump says, need dirt for fill. Hand on a landmine, turpentine ill, scrub off the spray paint and wait for the chill. Bed stinks of urine and unwatered krill, your head shrink prescribes you the Ouranos pill. Device number 21. Ouranos Deep-Hearted. You take life for granted presumptuously, but everyone born dies eventually. One at a time, or like triplets and threes, eventually rendered offended in me. The sick are made whole and the poorest are taught, the good news is over, the bad news was bought. The fake news all over, truth brought to naught, the evil run rampant if none good had fought. Cathedrals and lanterns and beacons of hope crumble like crumbs with the lies that we croak. No salt for the tears, no thoughts of our own, so put on the armor and all of the gears. Even charlatans know it and shout that it's real. When your doubt is dispelled and the broken are healed, just one from the mill is worth two in the field. Device number 22. Like a scroll. Reduced to a miserable pile of ashes, a pulverized people, the culture that clashes. Vulnerable, needful, and grateful and rude, not even to mention what they do in nude. A fiendish invention, believe you've seen crude? Imagine the faces of those who intrude. So pain never-ending, no way to conclude, is deemed by the Most High Yahweh for this crew. The rest are prepared for a glorious feast, the flesh of the kings and the mightiest beasts. The men who neglect to respect their true God, electronically herded, same cattle, new prod. Disemboweled, beheaded, rethreaded, hamstrung, the cruelty you gave, double unto you done. Device number 23. The eye of the need. First rule of Ouranos, talk about such. Ouranos shamed-faced, Ouranos blush. Ouranos weak-kneed pile of mush, Ouranos soft hands, warm to the touch. Ouranos for us, foliage lush, we should all have more Ouranos, it's never too much. Yanaranja has the Ouranos deed, beside him all lack the Ouranos need. Device 42. The Hydra-Djinn Bomb. Once in a while, twice in a night, three leaving their places, forced full at dinner online. Hive for the buzzing, 6 for the honey, it's heavenly Ouranos, ate up by money. The answer is 9 in the German tongue. Know ye the Lord? 10 on the Richter scale, blood on the sword. 11 in 3 meals, perspiration from pores. 12 o'clock midnight, Hydra-Djinn cures.